What does it mean to die on the threshold of heaven? Deaths are not equal. Most deaths are utterly without meaning. A beggar starves in an alley. A fever takes a child. A hail of bullets takes 100 lives on a battlefield. And the world moves on. It is hubris, indeed, to think that the gods take notice of such dust-mote souls. A delver strangled in an alleyway in Derelictus, or who falls to the first peril they encounter below. Such deaths, too, leave scarcely a ripple. But other deaths have meaning. They have potency. Go deeper, here, in the inner realms, where dream and desire shape existence, where mortals touch divinity. What does it mean to die here? What price defeat when one more step could bring you to transcendence? I know I will not die here. I have known dead walkers who came back. I shall come back. I shall cling to life, even if my body is blasted to cinders. Even if every drop of blood is drained from me, I shall endure the unendurable, and cling to my dreams, even when thought itself is rendered impossible. And yet, I envy those who have the courage to lie down and die here, at the edge of all things.
We are back for the last time in Dagger in the Heart. We are in chapter 7. A dagger in your hand.
Ooh. That's like a flip of the name of the game.
I know. And I was thinking I'm a bit tired of saying things like dagger and heart, and then I realised the game we're playing next. So
Chris Perkins and Jeremy, what's his face, want a word?
We rejoin the action. You've entered the Hotel Amaranthine after witnessing the demise of Ptolemy Bay at the hands of the cult of the Hungry Deep. You chased Lady Ashon Snow into the hotel. Ended up at the masked ball. Well, I guess all the Aelfir ones are masked balls. They probably call them bulls. And Goshan spoke to his mother. And also Aramos himself, who revealed his plans and invited you to work with him. And invited you to come through the temporal link that connects the Hotel Amaranthine in the heart to the one in Spire that only he seems to know about. And if that wasn't dramatic enough, you then went through another door in the hotel, ended up in the Church of Absolution in Derelictus, where Monsignor Daemon was giving a rather hungry deepish sermon to a crowd of Drow. And that was when Kael Emberlost finally decided to betray his order, seeing its corruption, its total corruption. Killing Monsignor Daemon and Thestra, I believe.
Achieving true absolution in this church, I would say.
Yes. Yeah, so you are now Super Saiyan, with obviously on borrowed time.
Yes.
But it's cool.
It's a kind of a weeping angel type deal, right? Like you have to hide your face, or put it away, Cyclops from X-Men.
Pretty much, yes. The light from his eyes is too much to behold.
Yep.
Sick.
Stunning most people who even see it, and I believe it is written in the scriptures. And converting most individuals on the spot.
Whoa.
So, super church saying.
Yeah, we saw the church being turning grey and dilapidated, and then it's brightening up again. You know, the stained glass windows shining bright. Choral music as the Drow kind of blink and turn to you and recover their faith in the goddess.
Still hasn't managed to catch anyone out with the old glass in the mouth trick.
That is the real tragedy of this campaign.
It's something that's going to stick with me forever.
Right, so because we're on a bit of a time limit, let's say everyone's like, yeah, woo, Kael, it's awesome. And you head back to the door, back towards the Hotel Amaranthine. And as you come back into the corridor that you were in, you notice that the wallpaper is starting to peel. And there is a smell of decay and rot. And at the end of the corridor, you see a couple of Aelfir holding a bottle of champagne that they've stolen, giggling and laughing arm in arm, and they disappear out of sight. And you hear a thud, 2 thuds on the ground, and as you approach, you see them as decayed corpses.
Good lord.
The bottle label peeling and dusty. You hear that music, that gramophone waltz from the ballroom downstairs, but it sounds like it's coming from underwater, like it's heavy in your ears. It seems like there's some sort of time has passed before you were last here. And you also remember who won the battle outside as well.
Oh yeah.
Maybe this is why. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We just came in and put some nice clothes on and went for a dance.
Yeah, I was, surprised that we didn't get stuck in the thick of it, but it doesn't seem like it would have been wise.
It was our choice.
Yeah, I think if you'd have brought along Thunder Chaser, that would have played out quite differently. And that was the moment. I don't remember you guys asking me, have we cut off a whole plot line? And he would have probably been tied up more in that battle, and because obviously he would want to have saved Ptolemy Bay. Maybe he would have given you a big energy ray, death ray, as a present.
What can you do with that, eh?
Also a puppy.
Yeah.
A laser puppy.
So, you still need to go through the Aramos door to go and have your meeting with him.
He's buggered off back up to the spire.
So
Or you
he's
can-
gone through his door, and he said, if you want to come talk to me. No, he actually did say that he was going back to the spire version of the hotel, didn't he?
He said, yeah, he was saying, meet me in Spire, and I'll tell you where the door is.
Wait, which door?
He said the concierge will know which. Like you've just been through a door to get to the church, there's another door that will take you to the other hotel.
Do we don't want to find the delve machine instead? I mean, it seems like this is a detour on top of a detour. But
Well,
also
he
still-
might have. I think he has insinuated that he had information that could help you get it, and at least Goshan, if he helped him get the delving machine, control of the delving machine, then he could remake Spire in his image, bring his mother back.
Yes, I think Goshan might have a fairly strong interest in finding the door.
Yeah. So I don't know quite how much I want to share about Goshan's thinking internally on this at the moment, and how much I could keep secret, such that it might be more fun. But it's patently obvious that there's arguments on both sides of the story here. Like, he's a baddie and also deceived me, and Goshan also has like allegiance to the party and its mission, and Aramos is clearly kind of more set against that than allying with it. But yeah, he's also potentially a broker of infinite power, and that includes getting family back and or access to the magical knowledge that he wants and so on. So either way, we gotta go through the door and see what he's got cooking.
Well, I hope it's tasty, whatever it is.
Onion soup, powder.
Oh.
As long as part of the thrust is that we think he has information on how we can find the delve machine, then Ambrosia is
Well, as the engineer of the delving machine, I imagine he'd probably, and sort of the main antagonistic party who's also been trying to get the delving machine, I imagine those could be intertwined.
But is this not like a past version of him that's teleported back to the Spire? Or it's the current version of him that was fucking around in the...
He was here. The goings on in the ballroom were an illusion.
Right, cool. Okay, let's do it.
Is there any
Let's
thought
find
towards? Is there any thought towards? Like, you've identified him as a opposition. Is there any thought towards actually going and, sorting him out, duffing him up, or is it deal or no deal? He's a dangerous person to be around, right?
Yeah,
So
I don't think Kael doesn't have quite the same level of very personal investments as Goshan, but also he's a shithead, and he's done loads of horrible things.
Shitheads.
So that can be that could be a factor.
if we feel like we can find the delve mission without him, then I'd rather do that, but I'm getting the sense that's not the case. So we should probably find the door and go to him.
I mean, you could, if you wanted to. But the the question is, I guess, is a story decision if you would rather have that last confrontation with him or not.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
fuck the fuck up.
All right.
Find out what that was, and then if we end up killing him, that's brilliant.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. And you're tapped up on bees, aren't you, because of your mind stress?
And I got cleared by the stupid Zenith ability.
Yeah.
Cleared all my stress. Cheers, mate.
Calmed the bees down with the smoke,
Like that.
didn't he?
Thanks for all the healing.
No, you didn't hear clear all stress because of old Moon Eyes.
Oh, what was it?
You miraculously recovered a blood or mind fallout.
Oh, no, anyways. Okay, fine. So the stress. Great. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, great. Still got all my stress. That's usually what people say.
Is that any fallout as well? So you could have.
It's miraculously remove a minor or downgrade a major.
Okay. You couldn't heal
It has
limbs.
blood or mind.
Oh, I can downgrade a major.
Yeah.
You could downgrade a major.
Oh, great. I did have a blood dot, didn't I? So okay, fine.
Oh, you did. Yes, your.
If you remain in
Giant bee
Kael's
head.
presence, its effects will continue. Doesn't really say over how long. But more than like a few minutes, I imagine.
Yeah.
Probably one session's worth.
Yeah. Something like that.
All right. So you're giving directions to this other nondescript door in the hotel, room number 719.
719.
Nice.
And you find yourself in a tunnel, and you can see that there's one door in front of you that kind of leads to the hotel, the mirrored hotel, and there is a passageway continuing along this tunnel, and you can see that there are like these big doors with kind of heart energy, like stopping doors, and they are open. And yeah,
You said heart energy stopping doors that are well open.
yeah, it's kind of like blast doors.
They're just thrown open. Is there energy flowing through it as far as we can see? Is it invisible?
Well, I guess those of you who would know would surmise that when the hotels aren't linked, these doors are closed to just stop all the, it's like a hose, a tap without the hose stuck on. It's just all the energy just flowing out.
Beautiful. So it's like there's energy from the heart seeping up into Spire.
No, but the doors are containing it.
At least they're open.
Yeah, because the hotels are linked. So you imagine that when they're not linked,
So currently there's energy seeping out from the heart into Spire.
yeah, I'd say so.
Good.
Don't think that Goshan's actually shared any detailed information yet about what Aramos said to him with the party. So I get, just as we approach the door, he'll stop and kind of gesture to the party and say, before we go into the lion's den again, you should know Brightness-Sears-The-Eye. I believe he engineered the downfall of my family. I believe he is manipulating me, and he has offered me all kinds of things, all kinds of power, my family back, wondrous things. If I join with him, if I help him do whatever it is that he thinks he wants to do with his delving machine now to bring back his lost glory. And I don't know what I want to do, but I do know that I hate him, and that I do not hate you. So know that anything I promise him when we go through that door, it is a lie to him.
I have done the same from those wishing to manipulate me to go against my best wishes. All I know is that this is a man who cannot be trusted and should not be given control back of his dangerous device and his network of terror. We see already here he's damaging the barriers between the heart and the spire, and threatening to unleash the chaos and destruction of such a horrendous place. We must do everything we can to stop him and prevent him from doing any more damage, and ultimately what has been done cannot be undone despite his promises. We have a mission to stop the delving machine and to end this madness once and for all. So stay focused, Goshan. Do your family proud. They are gone now, sadly, but you can do more now by not helping the man who hurt them to begin with. I ask you to stay strong and join us in our quest. Despite these promises of glory, they are all lies.
That, I think we are agreed.
Only make sure you guard your soul, brother, that your lies do not become truths you cannot unpick.
I think shakes Goshan for a second. And then he just nods. He doesn't say anything. He looks at Kael and just nods once. And then he says, "So, shall we?"
We shall.
Push open the door.
Can we all push it open like Aragorn all together?
Yeah.
For the three of us.
But we're all Aragorn.
We're all being
We are all Aragorn.
Call it.
Yeah. All three of these characters, by the way, if you combine them, they have 0% Aragorn energy.
Yeah. Not a
Just
single
awkward
Not an iota.
strange people whose faces are covered by rags and helmets.
Yeah, Ambrosia's bees just ping off the door.
One gets stuck in the hinges.
Goshan walks into it and gets another dent. Kael's been distracted by a brazier in the corner. And
At this point, my helmet is like the tin from a mince pie that you scrunched up afterwards.
Satisfying.
Yeah. Nice. All right, so so there is the door that seems to lead towards the other hotel, but I think you realise that going into the real hotel in the state you're in is not what Aramos intended. And I think you feel that going through these blast doors into this corridor, down this tunnel, is the right direction. And you see scrawled into the rock, you see it says, "Beauty is an ordered world." And then like a kind of a hexagrammatic symbol near the doors.
Wondering what that means, Mikey? It's nothing. It means nothing. It means like lots of... probably lots of stars and hexagons and stuff.
Yeah, that's
A
it.
funny symbol.
A weird old symbol.
Yep. And as you go down this tunnel, you find yourself in a basement. And as you ascend the stairs of the basement, you open a door and you come into what seems to be a large house, a manse, if you will, except the corridors are lined with
teeth, fingernails, skin.
Holes.
you see
Rusty nails pushed through feet.
rusty nails pushed through feet.
Yeah.
This is not the flagship of the Emperor's children.
I mean, if it's none of those things, it can't be the most horrifying thing we've seen on the journey.
That's true. I didn't say it was not horrifying at all. It is essentially lots of memorabilia and artwork and objet d'art, all related to the Vermissian project.
For a second, I thought you were describing we were going into Opal's room. Just wall-to-wall collectibles.
Objet d'art.
There's 4,000 points of Emperor's Children and one leg painted. Got him.
Michael, objet d'art.
Adam.
French phrase meaning artistic objects.
Oh, I've never heard that in my life. It's a wonderful word.
Clearly don't read The Guardian enough.
Newspapers.
Raphael Burr probably gets that one out every week.
I really fucking hate Raphael Bear, don't you? It's been a while since I've read anything by him, but mainly it just amuses me that she's like... Your bête noire, as Raphael Bear would say, is Raphael Bear.
So yeah, this manse is it feels dusty and abandoned, like a kind of an old museum, just full of this stuff, Vermissian stuff, and there's like you see also like stacks of documents and reports from various stations and lines and things. You see grainy photos taken of all of like the tunnels and things and the technology. You see stuff marked with the stamp of the OCM, the Office of Closures and Mitigations, the OCM. And you follow the corridor until you reach a study. And standing with his back to you behind his desk, very much like the picture that you see, is Aramos.
Oh.
And he looks a lot more bedraggled than the version of him that you saw at the ball. Like he looks like he's hunched over. You can see his hands are stained with like printer's ink. And his desk is just covered in books and documents and readouts and a single knife blade. And you see on the table, you see a report that has a profile pic of the Knight of Larks, and it says deceased, mission failed.
Ooh.
You see one of someone who you recognize, but you can't quite put your finger on it. And then you remember that one chap who you saved from the signal box cultists, Jago. You see a picture of him looking terrified. And it says, subject perished under interrogation.
Oh.
No intel secured.
He was trying to find out what a signal box was from him.
And if you remember, if you remember, you gave him a lot of supplies. And if you maybe didn't give him that many, he might have told him about you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember when most of the party was reluctant to help the poor soul? You guys remember that?
No, I think I remember being very generous.
That's why you didn't get to look into the eyes of a god.
I'm sure I gave him a B or two.
I am sad though, like unexpectedly sad.
And as Aramos turns to you, you see his hair is longer. You see like the pricks of stubble hair outside of his mask. His mask is like, when it was a shining, broken mirror in the ballroom, it's now kind of smudged and dusty. And outside of his window, the Aelfir will recognise the street. It is the street of Aramanth. And this is the street where the most glamorous mansions of the Aelfir are. Which I'm assuming Goshan must have known that Aramos had a mansion there. Maybe it was a big deal.
Oh yeah. Like, I don't know that would. My house would not have been in that district, but it wouldn't have been that far away. And as a sort of spin-off of the same family, like everyone knows where Aramos's manse is.
Yep.
So on that view, I would immediately kind of be able to realise where we are in Spire.
Yep. The book's description is quite good, as you'd expect. It says, "Believe me when I tell you, for your mortal eyes and mortal brain are too feeble and crass to appreciate this, that every mansion in the district is a unique work of art. Their glittering windows, soaring spires, imposing porticos, and ornamental gardens, making each one a precious, brilliant jewel. All but one. That is the one that you are in." And so he turns to you, and I must say it's quite good to get to actually play Aramos after doing 2 intro credits as him.
Yeah.
Knowing that I had to make sure the voice was consistent all the way until the end. And he says, "Well, you have come. I take it you've made your decision. You're here and not chasing after the delving machine blindly."
Sorry, my brain is a little slower than I would like it to be.
That's all right.
Be patient. I have not decided. We have decided. In order to prevent the worst possible outcome from your delving machine, we need to follow along with your little dance. Oh. Yes. Yes. I agree to hear your terms and cooperate. Though you are not looking as plush and confident, healthy as you were just a few moments ago, Uncle. The Vermisian project not going well.
He scrunches up a random bit of paper. Says, "I am most relieved to hear that you will help me in this. I was beginning to believe that my return to greatness would be much delayed after you seemingly were putting an end to all of my attempts to restart the Vermisian project. But now I know that we, together, Goshan, will bring honor back to our name. That's right. We will do this in mere hours. We will transform Spire for the better. We will cast down those pathetic other lords of Spire," and he points out the window, "all sitting in their glittering mansions, without the bravery to do what is necessary."
Yes. Very noble, I am sure. We're all sure, aren't we, boys?
And the
Boys.
Boys and bees.
girl bee.
All I see is appetites. No grand designs. No true mission. Just an internal hunger to be relevant.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Like a literal avatar of God was in the room. Bloody hell! Who are you?
Yeah, Kael undergoing significant personality switch, by the way.
Okay, Tyrael from Diablo, thank you for your input.
Yeah. The Aelfir death squads are coming through the door as we speak.
Orders are off their way.
Have to let Kael have his 30 minutes of blissful arrogance before he gets shot in the back of the head.
Yeah, to be fair, you do. We really do. The end of that conversation. Yes, Kael does have a point, Uncle. What is your grand design which you wish us to assist? How do you plan to regain control of your delving machine and use it to build your beautiful, glittering, totalitarian future?
Hang on. So he gives you a device. Classic heart device. You can imagine what it looks like. Bits sticking out of it, all sorts. And he says, I was going to give this to the Knight of Larks for when he reached the delving machine. But I suppose I should give it to you. My sorcerers have told me that this will slow down the delving machine enough for mortals to catch it, board it, and take control. There is a control station down in the heart. I don't know if you happen to visit on your way down, but this enhances the signal from there, allowing my forces to intercept the delving machine.
I see. Not a risk-free endeavor, but assuming we succeed, what then?
Then we harness the delving machine to pierce the innermost heart, releasing the energy into what's left of the Vermissian project. I have plans in place to harness it, to make sure that Spire is safe. There may be consequences for those who live in the city beneath, but a mere footnote.
Wasn't it always for you? We've seen the repercussions of your footnotes, Uncle. They involve bioweapons and skulls turned to foul-smelling ash.
Mm.
I see. Understand your plan. You'll be coming with us then. Designer of this machine, you will be able to operate it.
Do you want him to come with you? Are you just calling him a coward?
Kind of just wanting to needle him as the coward he is. Maybe. I'm not really expecting him to say yes, but I expect starting to be a bit uncomfortable about having to say, no, I'm not going to do that.
Oh yeah, he definitely straightens up a little bit more and inspects his ring-covered hands and says, if I was going to go after the delving machine myself, don't you think I would have done it by now? I have my agents and my loyal servants. I'm glad to call you now one of them.
Everybody has a boss. Every tenant has a landlord. Glad to know where we stand. I suppose, before we go and do your bidding, there are two requirements I have of you, Uncle. First, there is of course the matter of my payment. What do you promise me now in your glittering future? In hard terms, not vague promises. What role do I have in your government? What commands will I have in your future spire?
He waves again out the window and he says, take my pick. Take your pick, nephew. All of these will be up for taking. As for the position, name it. Maybe some sort of Minister of Technology. And of course, I know that we spoke about bringing back your family.
Which will be achieved by your as yet mysterious harnessing technology for this explosion of hard energy, correct?
Well, the sorcerers of the Gwyn Cabal believed that the person who reached the heart was able to ask it for what you most desired. Nay, the heart would simply give it to you. Do you not know that it is a reason why so many fools seek the heart?
I see. Well, that answers my first question. My second is for my comrades here. Thanks to what appeared to be a whim of the heart itself. As you know, I have seen the future you want to build, but they have not. If you want them to assist me in this endeavor that you are paying me for, I think they deserve to know what your design is. In your own words.
I think I won't roleplay it out, but I think he gives a PR friendly version of the world that you saw. You know,
GDP up every year.
Exactly. Yeah. Growth.
Apples for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And jobs for everyone. If you can be bothered to get off the sofa.
Some of them will even be paid if you're not.
Yeah. I think for Ambrosia, he maybe throws in something about the hive's benefits of. He looks so sus already. The hive's incorporating the hive as a higher chamber in the government who will specialize in controlling the heart's energies.
Keeps a straighter face than I do. She's good at being emotionless. Inside, she's seething.
I mean, Kael, I don't know what he says to you, like, because he's not going to say that you're allowed to have your religion allowed. But he'll say every Drow no Drow will go hungry. No child will want for anything, as long as they dwell and work within the spire. There's more to say. That is more than what it can be offered down below.
But these dreams will only come to fruition at a great cost to those forced to live below by you and your ilk, and you will be a lord of nothing but ash in the end.
You just hear a sniper bullet. Bang!
Honestly, after every time he speaks, I'm
Got
like,
him.
This could be it. This could be it.
The sword of Damocles. When this is great. When Milo's being too smug and annoying. Boop.
Canon reasons off him.
I've been humble for months. Although what I should have got a little red laser pointer so I could like have a little laser pointer on
Funny.
PC Milo's head while we play.
It's true.
Thank you for sharing your vision with us in this technology. It is surely a righteous thing to work towards, and we will seek now to find the delving machine, as you have instructed.
Roll deception.
No.
If I can't roll it, can't fail.
Exactly. Play along.
All right, so as time is ticking, what are we doing?
Go, follow the machine. You say take the machine to a station, use the station to find the machine, the old machine. Is that the thrust of it? Take the little machine to a certain place, plug it in, that tells you where the delve machine is. Was that?
In terms of where to go, I think you know that going back to the down below hotel is kind of is the closest you've been so far to it. So
We go there.
But yeah. Very well, Uncle. Very well, Uncle. We will do this thing.
he kind of
Your promises not turn to ash in our mouths.
you see like stress falling from his body, like so he goes, I am most grateful, nephew. We will see the new dawn together.
All right, so if we head back into Heart Hotel.
Hotel.
And I think we need a slight conflab on what it is we're actually going to do when the beeper goes off and we find the delving machine. After all, I think Goshan's quite suspicious that Aramos has ears everywhere. So if you're happy to yada yada instead of me rolling to see if I can do my let's go into the magical stone realm spell, I'll sort of like, once we're back in the Heart Hotel, just sort of gesture to the team to stop, do a bit of jiggery pokery, crush a bit of reagent, and create a fissure in the wall that I gesture to everyone to come into.
Go into.
That works.
And then, yeah, once we're inside that sort of like strange cavern of fractal, shiny, glassy stone that goes on forever, Goshan will be like, so, What are we going to do?
There's only one way this ends, with the destruction of the delving machine and stopping the flowing energy of the heart leaving and damaging any more people, be it down below or up above. We cannot give control of any of it to Aramos. And I will stop at nothing to make this come true.
I must say I agree with Ambrosia. Nothing good can come of handing such power to a man such as Aramos.
And if by some luck the destruction of the machine causes us to make our way into the heart, Goshan, you can use the heart's power to bring back your family with the one request.
Oh, that's nice.
But you must know, Goshan, there are far greater things at stake than one person's family.
I understand more than you know. Well, our two paths, as it looks now, we have two paths. Assuming we can control this machine, as Aramos says we can at all. We pull the joystick up and drive it into Spire, or we press the joystick down and drive it into the heart of the heart. I think if we are to remain one party, there is only one of those choices we can follow. Wish to destroy the Spire.
Or the Spire.
Can we how else are we to destroy the machine?
We could drive it head first into the wall of the heart, destroying it, and maybe creating a fissure for you to make your way in there upon its destruction.
It is kind of difficult to work out what the actual options are with this thing, because it's a vehicle in a realm that has no directions.
So, driving it into the heart, getting into the heart, means you can supposedly ask for whatever you want. And for you both, your enlightenment callings, that is both what you want. Let's not you forget.
As per your character sheet.
Is based off what we gleaned.
Reason for existence.
The challenge here is he seemed to imply that to
Raison d'etre.
do what he wanted, he wanted us to use the delve machine to crack open the heart even more.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of only bit I'm a bit stuck on. It's like, well, how do we?
Yeah. Can you do the enlightenment, get your wish from the heart, drive the thing into the heart thing, without doing what Aramos wants?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes.
Yes, well, I see there is.
I'm gonna say there will be. I think like delving into the heart would probably be very different to delving into into the crust and then,
Yeah, we want to just. Yeah, he wants.
No.
He wants to plant it like almost like a little. I don't know, like an AV.
Or set it to self-destruct after, you jump off, whatever.
That's exactly it.
Not forgetting, we've got a junk mage who'll be on there.
Well, that's what I was going to say. This is the calling. So yes,
how to make it, non-binary a decision.
this is the crunch time. Yes, for him to figure out the tech of it. But you got a powerful Apiarist who can do a lot of damage as well. But I think between us, yes, we can. I think he wants a kind of to use it as like a surgical tool, whereas I think we're planning to use it as more of a torpedo.
Yeah, or just ride it off into the sunset and teleport around Heart, trying to do whatever you want to do until someone comes and shoots Kael.
It's a fun thought, just to outrun the inevitable fate of the hit squad. But no, I'm all for driving it death and glory into the center of the heart.
Or
Destroy
I'll
the machine with a
completely
fellow enlightenment.
out the other side of the world, away from Spire, go to, the Knoll country, or whatever.
Knoll country.
Who knows?
Right. Well, all we know for sure is that what we can do and how we can do it will be clearer once we actually see this thing. I don't know if it's a steering wheel or what. So
Let us find the device once and for all. Which we can do by plugging the little device into a bigger device that has a little arrow on it. Spinny arrow that kind of...
Oh yeah, I'm sure you could plug it into your barometer or whatever it is.
Ooh, okay. Let's do that.
yeah, okay. Well, I guess as Tech Marine, Goshan will do that. We'll plug it into my ventribular sextant.
Sweet.
And
Sweet.
I guess just kind of point it around the different rooms in the hotel from where we are, and see if we can get a signal.
Okay, 1 second.
I'm getting the feeling that there's going to be a door, another door that's going to go somewhere
Makes
we want
sense.
to go.
So it leads you back towards the grand staircase, and the hotel is looking even more dilapidated than it was before. That music is slow and eerie, and you go down the grand staircase. You pass the ballroom, and you see half of the dancing guests are just on the floor, dead. And the remaining ones are stumbling, slowly, still trying to dance, as everything turns grey. And it
We move
pulls
quicker.
you, it pulls you out, back out of the hotel. And you see, sure enough, the delving machine making its way across the front of the hotel in front of you. And the machine, like you hear it, you point it towards it, it goes beep 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 beep, and it's like a clear tone as it gets a lock, and then the crawling mechanism starts to slow. And then it plunges into the water, and it's kind of crawling through the muck, and it's going, like 10 miles an hour or something, like very slow speed. And you can see actually now you get a good look at it, you can see there's like a cabin in it, and there's like a ladder on the side, like a big JCB kind of thing. But you also see 4 figures standing, waiting for the delving machine as well.
What the fuck's they know?
You see a drow with a lit brazier. You see an Aelfir with a plain gold mask. You see an Aelfir woman in a shroud of bees. And you see a 4th figure among them.
How many arms?
Whose arms?
How many arms does this 4th figure have?
Hang on.
All of them?
there in the picture.
Look,
A dark hooded figure with a large blade. And they turn to face you.
All of them.
Yes.
no, just
But the hooded one speaks.
My friends,
Oh.
you are most fortunate to come to die here at the threshold of heaven. It is a shame that you have not also surrendered to the only will that can manifest change. Through ash, the city beneath will be reborn. The city above will be a grave. I alone will take the delving machine to the heart and reach transcendence. Hope is a trap. Kael, your faith was always misplaced. You should have put it in me.
And sure enough, you see Goshan, Soshar, or another Soshar, as they pull their hood down. And it is the one who waits in ashes.
Well, we had a good try. Where's that door back to the spine? No! Who are these
And we
creatures,
sit-
these imposters?
These imposters. And you see, or like the camera sees as we zoom in on Soshar's face, we see the perfidious cathedral, the cathedral made of natural materials, and we see Soshar getting that vision instead of Goshan as he looks into the puddle of it turning to grey and rot. We see him sat in Thestra's church, very cross, but then suddenly awestruck and surprised and unnerved. We see him in the alleyway of Derelictus where he met his handler, now dead at his feet, a face of anger turned into complete despair as he realizes what this means. We then see him at the Hound base, where instead of defending the Hounds from the cultists, he joins them, slaying the Hounds. And we see versions of you standing by. We see him staring down the chain god, and the god listens. A Kael bending the knee in supplication while the others follow. We see the wormery turn to grey ash, the wormhide rotting in the winds. We see him ruling over Avalon, forcing Second Sister Major to turn true believers into followers of the Hungry Deep. We see him sat on the ashen throne as our Soshar descends the steps, striking him down before disappearing. And we see him and Thestra standing in front of the wounded king, being told the location of the delving machine and how to control it.
This will not do.
Bullet bed.
What do you do? I guess you've got one advantage, is that your Kael is Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Is Mecha Godzilla.
Other than that, it's just mirror match.
Pretty much. They won't have my fake Ambrosia won't have 5 mind stress though, so that gives me an advantage.
It's true.
Me.
So, I will allow one final combat. And because I can't be bothered to learn all of your own rules, I'm just going to say whatever you do, your opposing alternate reality version does the same thing.
Nothing.
Except for Kael.
Well, I think Kael feeling quite personally attacked by evil Soshar. Looks back and says, "You poor souls, taken in by the hunger, your falsehoods, this alternative reality, and whatever you are shall not remain. Shall all be purged by the purifying light. For I have seen it all, and I know that my companions and I will see this mission through to the end." And takes back lifts back his shroud. Blinding light emits from the burning holes where his eyes used to be.
I agree with the firefly. He speaks the truth.
Not everyone's an insect.
Yes. You don't see the world like I do. You big worm.
You could also just make a run for it to the delving machine as well, if that makes sense.
Oh, we could take it.
I think that might be Goshan's instinct. Like,
Well, yeah, Goshan gets in there to start tinkering that.
we've got an angel avatar. They haven't.
Exactly.
Let Cyclops keep him busy. Because also, if we can get in there, we can just run them over with it, right?
Exactly, yeah. Well, yeah, okay, so Kael and Ambrosia will hold them off while
Run them over with it.
while Goshan start getting familiar with the mechanics.
Also, can maybe do my time dilating spell to move faster. It might not work. It doesn't work. So yes, Curse of the Sky Court, evade an occult. This is 3 dice. Ja. That's only 2 dice.
Oh,
Wait, look.
But
10 though.
it is a 10 though. I'll do another one just for the sake of it. So yes, that's to cast. Court of the Court of the Curse of the Sky Court. Bringing fey spirits of air to shift the area around me. Time shift the area around me, so those in the area experience 4 hours of time for every hour outside. So, to you, I 4 times as quickly.
Beautiful.
I'll attempt to dart past the opening salvos of laser eyes and get into the delving machine.
Do you want to laser eyes first, or I can unleash my big old bee attack?
You go first.
Beautiful.
I think like canonically right now, Kael is like, because of this embodiment, is like very unhurried about the situation, you know.
Good. Makes sense. Cool. Let's line it up. This is good, and it's spread as well, so I'm going to try and hit all of them, just so you know. It's a spread attack, because it's released a swarm. So I'll release a swarm, which is a D6, but let's first try and hit, because it's, oh god, and I'm going to use Sacred Geometry, so it's going to be a 6. So
I was going to say, do you want to use your
this is
Auto 6?
Is the moment. It's going to be an order, so it's going to hit, so I'm not going to roll to hit. But I will figure out all the many damage, so it will be a D6. It will do something else very exciting. Oh yeah, and that's it. Yes, yeah, another D6. Yeah, thanks. So it's 2D6 damage plus the thing. Why do you because we do it so infrequently? How was it? Oh, it's 2. Oh, it's just what it is, isn't it? Of course, yes. Right, no, it's fine. Yep, here we go. We're doing it. 2D6, and we add 5 to it. So it's better be good because, you know. Can we get an extra 1 just for dramatic intention? because of the seriousness situation?
Sure, why not?
Huh?
Yeah, whatever.
Great, they're all 3.
Let's say Kael's Majesty gives you a
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
bonus.
And she's just furious. Cool, great. Yep. D6 3, yeah, great. And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to add 5 to the stress on top of that. Oh, we're good. 17 stress. But it's a spread attack as well. So
17 stress. To all of them?
yeah, let's say that. You can get rid of a D. If that was too silly, you can get rid of a D6 if you want. You can get rid of the 2 if you want.
Oh no, I like the idea that the
Right.
bees it's almost like, and nice preview of Dagger Heart and their kind of combo finisher moves that you can do in that game. I imagine the bees fly through Kael's glowing essence, and then the bees go golden light as they fly through.
Oh, they're laser beams.
Laser bees!
And let's see. Well, I have to think about. So it says each has 8 resistance, and the same skills, domains, equipment, and minor major abilities as these characters. So, could any of you save yourself from 17's stress?
I certainly couldn't.
Okay, let's just say that. Okay, so you do actually manage to take out dark mode, Ambrosia, Goshan, and Kael.
Oh shit.
Oh no, Kael, don't you have a thing where you you don't drop to 0? It's too stubborn.
No.
Too stubborn to die. or
Oh
something?
wait, yeah, that's he can ignore fallouts, fallout for a situation.
Okay.
But you could, narratively manipulate that. It was cool.
All right. And then I think the one who waits in ashes is a pretty gnarly data sheet.
You'd imagine so.
Imagine show.
One up invulnerable.
Imagine so.
Yeah, one of them was there.
Eats bees.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, but I'm about to piss myself. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
There's a toilet on the delving machine.
Yeah, so the one who waits holds out his sword in front of the bees, tick 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 tick, gets enveloped in them, and they're kind of around him, but he's still up. He's like,
still up.
stupid bees. I always hated the bees.
They hated you too.
Did you like the little
Fantastic. Big fan.
got Hodgie out of retirement?
Very cool.
Oh yeah. Super
I
cool.
liked that. Very
Well,
nice stuff.
Well, I like how well they embedded. Yeah, it's incredibly slick how it's completely embedded into the interface as well. Very cool.
Yeah, I didn't realize I could do that. Actually, it's just a
Yeah.
it's an action, so you can basically program an action to do anything, like show a message, play a sound,
That's
roll a table. Yeah.
Or seeing even more of those crop up in the future.
Nice. So, Kael, what are you doing?
Kael strides forward and stares down evil Soshar, Godzilla, and says, "In this, the final illumination of our journey in the heart, by the name that you cannot endure, hear the words that will unmake you. Damn no!" And shouts his fragments of the god's name, or the goddess's name. Which actually quite similar to Mikey functionally is basically a distressing spread attack of inconceivable force.
Nice.
I don't know how we can juice it up a little bit for Super Kael. So it might be a little underwhelming.
What is it? What is it normally?
Well, it is normally where have I got it now? It's normally a D6 spread attack.
Oh. We can bump it up to a D8.
Hey, let's go for it.
Couldn't you? It's only one enemy. Couldn't you say it's more honed in as you get rid of the spread and hone it in to make it a? Yeah, make it a.
Well, I like the idea because he's like shouting this name to be heard. I don't think I can focus the laser beams in that way, but I think it's cool as it is. Can I get an extra attack dice for my radiance?
Well, you gave one to Mikey, but this is going to be risky.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We love risky here.
Mm-hmm.
What are the domains there?
I can't remember what we said, but we listed quite a few for this specific battle arena, didn't we?
Yeah, Curse was definitely one of them in the end, wasn't it? You were like, chuck Kirsty there as well, why not?
Yeah, you're on the surface of the heart.
I think we'll make that a 4d10 then. A 4d10? Yes, 4d10. Hup. Thank God. No! Thank God for that. Just.
Yeah. Just got to succeeded at a risky.
Well, might as well trigger those abilities for one final time. Not that I think it'll make too much difference. But glorious resurgence triggers. So Kael heals all stress. Not that he probably hasn't already. And in addition, we can upgrade the stress die. So that becomes a D10. So I guess I'll just roll a D10. Yeah. To be fair, imbued with holy powers as he is, he's not, never was described as a battle god.
Yeah.
But cool all the same to me.
Well, that is enough.
Is it? That just wind that statement back.
The 17B damage really. That was a great roll from Mikey. That was you. That reminded me of your long spear attack. That was also 3d6, wasn't it? The swingiest thing ever.
Yes.
But I will roll actually, because it is a success with a consequence.
No.
But his attack is called Withering Touch. Kill D8, debilitating, degenerating. Oof. So I think as you do shout damn new, Soshar places a hand onto you, and you suddenly feel like this power of the goddess seeping from you. Yeah, exactly. And but then he slowly expires and the world goes back to normal. And wow, that was he's not a very those bees, man.
Just those bees.
That one time you can hit when you got some mind power. It's happened I think only twice in the whole campaign.
Now I remember why I wasn't giving you any.
Yeah, it's like every other fight. It's like you max out like doing like 6 or 7 on a really good day.
So, the roll wasn't too bad even. Luckily, could have been 3-1 still.
Old hive swarm over here.
Anyway, Goshan's just like already in the delving machine, kind of looking at. Shit!
Oh, hold them off! Hold them off! Just give me a few. Oh,
that was easy.
Well, I'll say we'll actually get this because this is for the opening scroll of this chapter, which I've also got Hodgie to read because it's Meditations of the One Who Waits in Ashes. But I think as he dies, he gives you a little preview excerpt, and he says, "I know I will not die here. I shall cling to life, even if my body is blasted to cinders, even if every drop of blood is drained from me. I shall endure the unendurable and cling to my dreams, even when thought itself is rendered impossible." And yet yeah, I'll leave it at that. Lexert.
Intriguing, mysterious.
as he turns to ash like Voldemort.
Nice.
Right, get in, nerds.
We're going delving.
I'm going delving.
Fuck yeah.
One more delve. One more delve.
Ambrosia looks up from the carnage and is a bit shook and goes, of course. And floats be-like into the...
Yeah,
to
you
the
just killed
mechanical
yourself.
cockpit. It's fine. Well, yeah, it was a bit of emotional... But they were all fucked up, right? It wasn't like a perfect copy, was it?
I imagine it's troubling still.
Yeah.
But I assume they were all like created and corrupted from the heart's energy. So that's all pretty bad juju, right?
I don't think we checked.
Didn't do a DNA test.
I'm pretty sure you just opened the cap on the bee jar before we really took much of a close look.
Well, I think it's the assumption we could all make.
In seriousness, assuming that Goshan did indeed reach the Delving Machine, or nearly reached the Delving Machine while that melee was taking place.
You're moving 4 times as fast, weren't you? So you've probably been there for like an hour already.
Well, actually, yes. Rules as written, that actually is true. He'll just sort of be like, Kael, your new abilities are great, but Ambrosia, Jesus.
Sometimes the great power of the hive moves me to mysterious and devastating ways.
Well, Ambrosia, I am moved by your fervor. I only hope you continue to direct your fury in the right direction.
Believe me, I will.
The good of all the peoples of the city beneath.
And your golden bees.
Yes, they're super cool. It all starts with the destruction of this incredible yet devastating machine we see before us. Goshan, have you figured out how to pilot or manipulate this death machine?
Have I?
Yeah. Let's say you've sort of got,
Alright.
you know how to, steer it a bit. Let me see, I don't think there's... It says the delving machine was built on the chassis of a Vermisian train engine. Yeah.
I'm picturing kind of like tank controls, right?
Yeah.
You've got 2 big levers, but it's also fucked because they go in multiple directions. Like the levers are sort of also joysticks.
Yeah.
But maybe due to some kind of influence from the device that Aramos gave us, and maybe due to some bits of the magical map that he spent an awful long time looking at through the kinetoscope, but mostly just through his junk mage abilities. Feel like, Goshan gets in, grabs the levers, and just sort of gets a feel for the control surfaces. You see the delving machine just kind of like tip slightly to the left, tip slightly to the right. The drill starts up and then stops again. He's like, oh, okay. It's like Ridge Racer.
Yeah.
As Ambrosia kind of steps onto the platform, the cabin of the delving machine, she kind of says there's a very strange energy around her, and she kind of looks around mournfully and almost begins to kind of, seeing that it's quite a difficult beast to control. She almost starts kind of dissipating, and the bees start moving into any little junctions and bits and forming wax and wane and kind of merging into the machine itself and kind of filling gaps and giving it extra stability. And she herself, her kind of body is kind of draining as well as she puts all her will into these bees that are kind of almost enveloping and getting right in the... And they're glowing gold as well, which is pretty good. So they're kind of in there helping to kind of stabilize and kind of... I don't know, any wobbly bits that are kind of like cranking down here, kind of keeping it on stable, so it's kind of feeling more kind of stable and almost more controllable as she kind of helps kind of keep it all together. So Goshan can more accurately steer it, but it's kind of draining her kind of essence as she does that, but kind of is putting everything to kind of getting the bees into all these different using her kind of she's got some technology devices with the bees to be able to interface technology and she's kind of almost like data interfacing with it and helping to control it. It seems very painful, but she's almost can't stop herself from fusing into this device, this machine. Kind of sinks to her knees and is there in the middle of the thing, just kind of saying, "Get us going, Goshan. Take us to the heart."
So, yes, and we're already in the heart. I don't know what direction more heart is. But here's what I do know: the heart takes us where we desire. I can control this, but there is no navigation in this place beyond our collective subconscious. So before I press the button, the only thing that can take us, what we've learned is the only thing that can take us where we want to go is expressing what that is.
So it says that the delving machine's current course is a asymptotic curve.
I beg your pardon.
Which
Excuse me while I consult a Google AI overview.
but it's kind of skimming along the surface, and kind of as it kind of sinks into it, it kind of bounces off again. So all it needs is the controls to be just pushed down for it to go. And as you sort of ride it beyond the hotel into this kind of red blood lunarscape.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot that the clearest allegorical / physical representation of the true heart of the heart that we have seen is like over there.
Yeah, there it is.
Right there.
Yeah. Just after like, you know, plot hook alley hotel.
Well, you know your community. It's like in Our Bed's Uncontrollable Christmas when they're like, can't the planet of imaginary dreams just be there?
Oh yeah. That's
Yes,
one of my least favourite episodes. So
No!
As well as
No! Watch every Christmas with the kids. No, it's my favourite.
Oh, it's very very cute and it's wonderful stop motion, but it's
And it makes fun of Lost as well, which is great.
It's not very good. Anyway, only by community standards. Community is fantastic, and that's one of the worst episodes. Moving on.
Yeah, that's. I feel like a Milo when I say things.
Everything I just said, yes, and I expressed my desire, and it was fulfilled in my brain.
Yeah, no, but I like what you're saying. It's kind of that moment for us all to
moon wall of heart behind us.
No, but I like what you're saying. It's like kind of it's the moment for us all to kind of almost like mind meld a bit and focus on what we want and what we need now to help.
And it's essentially we all want our wish, and for us each to get an infinitesimal moment of clarity with which to express our wish as we punch through that wall, I guess.
That's it.
Is everybody ready?
Punch it, Goshan.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
Good
we fire it
JCB
up.
noises.
We fire it up, and Goshan pulls one lever back and the other one forward to turn around, face that wall, and then bosh forward, full ahead both. And we start going full pelt towards the moon wall.
Nice. So it says you nudge the delving machine's course by a fraction of a degree, pushing it over the event horizon of reality as you plunge into the cart's core. However, as you descend, you feel it is true what they say. Only one can pass the ultimate threshold of the heart. For everyone's desire is unique to them. You will have to agree on who will win transcendence. Or it's the last Delver standing.
Well, do you want us to do it in character, or what's the turn?
Well, I thought you were letting Goshan have it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Out of character, yes.
I don't think there's really an
I know.
opportunity for us to. I mean, unless time has just kind of stopped existing for us to discuss it in character. It feels like more something that
Happens. To
it
us.
gets decided abstractly in that moment that we now need to decide out of character.
Yeah, maybe as you're plunging in, there are like readings and dials that alert you to that Goshan, and then you say, you know, it's only going to let one of you go through.
Well, Ambrosia's already kind of, was drained of life as the bees merge with every millimeter of the delving machine. And she kind of looks at the two of them and says, I never planned to come back from this anyway. As long as this machine is destroyed, you have a noble wish to take from the heart itself. The thought of you using this mad chaos and terrible energy to bring something good out of the world fills my heart with joy. Maybe the first time in a long time.
And I will say that Ambrosia and Goshan, I will consider your Zenith beats complete.
I haven't completed it yet.
Well, I'm saying, like, I would say now if you you would be able to pop a... Oh, I can see Alex furiously typing in the DMs.
I'm balls deep in your DMs right now.
I'm
Yeah,
worried
okay.
about Kael.
I don't think anyone needs to worry about Kael.
He's got what he wanted.
Kyle
He's
himself is kind of gone.
Yeah.
yeah,
Age.
exactly.
Well, but what I don't
I-
like, but yeah.
Like, just for the context of Kael, like his mission is complete. His
Yeah, but
penitence is over.
The mission that people want to kill him on.
He has seen it all. Well, he doesn't. he probably knows that the end is not far away. And if he, if he dies a noble death down here rather than at the hands of Aelfir assassins, then so be it. That's all better.
It said in the book that they will kill you, though, so we're defying the fate of the book. If you die down here, you see.
And as we know, the rules are the rules.
Michael, now's not the time for this sort of nitpicking.
No, we're in a
ending the
very
campaign.
we're in a very literal, very narratively simple place. So I think we should stick to that. So I know what I want to happen. So I'm going to kind of say and stop me if it interferes with anything that Alex is typing furiously into your balls.
Okay. Can
Maybe DM it to Ollie in that case, and then Ollie can
Yeah, and then I can meld them together.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Fine.
I'm thinking
Slicing on the fly.
It's pretty simple, but like this.
Yeah.
Just pretty simple. It's not super complicated.
Okay, I think... Okay, I'm going to take the narrative reins, but you guys stop me if this is not what you want to do.
Right.
So, I think, Goshan, as you're sat at the controls, thinking on what to do and what your heart desire truly is, you make a decision. You yank the levers, and the delve machine turns.
Oh god.
Sorry.
The fur has arrived.
The fur has arrived.
Amazing timing.
It says the fur arrived.
Sushi.
Okay.
It's not.
So you yank the levers, and the delving machine turns. That's going through the ground, and then suddenly you're crashing into wood, and you're smashing through walls, and you see things flying everywhere, and you come to a halt, and you look out of the cab, and you see the delving machine is jutting into the side of Aramos's mansion. And you see him on the floor, covered in dust and detritus from your entrance.
Okay. Am I up?
And I believe, yes, you want to do your Zenith ability.
Okay. So Goshan, having seen out of the cab that Aramos is on the ground, kind of incapacitated, it sort of unhurriedly climbs back out of the delving machine, hops off into the rubble of this just kind of destroyed office. All those kind of like documents and notes, though fewer than we remembered seeing when we visited the office just a little bit ago. Like if the other characters kind of look around what they can see of the office, it doesn't look exactly the same. Like there's fewer papers around, fewer kind of bits of ephemera from the Vermissian project. Like there's not like certificates from the planning department on the wall and things like that, and you get the sense that this isn't the same time as last time we visited this place. And Goshan walks over to Brightness-Sears-The-Eye, just kind of like kicking away bits of rubble in both sides as he approaches. And kind of kneels down by him and grabs him by the lapels of his sort of uniform suit thing and kind of pulls him up from the ground. He's sort of spluttering the dust in his throat, and Goshan says to him, "I would be lying if I completely understood all of the strands that link the different parts of your worthless life together. So I don't know, really, if you remember the conversation that we just had, that we're about to have in 150 years' time. I don't understand. Your grand plans are too finely woven for me to follow. But there are a few people who did untangle them. Greater people than me. And luckily for you, they told me. You dangled my dead mother in front of me. Like a carrot, like a reward for a good servant. As if she was the unknowing victim of your schemes that you thought she was. But you did not cause the downfall of my house, uncle. It was arranged. It was arranged so that I could be here, right now, knowing what I know. You are over, Aramos. Brightness-Sears-The-Eye. You will never create your machines of destruction. You will never slaughter all the worthless peons you see in the underground land of the heart. You will never dominate the city above with your glittering spires. Ye debts. Here and now. With the only thing I ever wanted. Union with the Lady of Mirrors. And you're coming with me. And he pulls Aramos up just a little bit more, and then closes his eyes. And if you are looking down from the delving machine at what is going on here, the first thing you see and feel is like the rest of the world starts to feel a bit darker, and this kind of very, very soft at first but increasingly bright kaleidoscopic light starts to emanate from the point at which Goshan is holding Aramos. And, you know, within a few seconds it's kind of a blinding light. You can't actually see what's happening between the two of them. But if you could look at it, you would be seeing, from that point where his hand is touching Aramos, a rotating, slowly at first, and then faster and faster and faster, rotating shape of kind of growing, fractal-coloured, glassy crystal that essentially that seems to be consuming both of their bodies. And it grows, and it grows, and it grows, and it grows, and it grows. And this light is now so bright that you couldn't be looking at it. If people were looking at the building from other areas of the spire, it would be like there was a really long, slow explosion happening. And then when the light eventually fades, what you can see is just like a kind of 10-foot high crystalline mess. Like, you can't see where the sides of it and the angles are. Like, it defies kind of physical rules. And the closer you look, there's little kind of crystalline structures that go to nowhere, and it reflects light in all the wrong ways. But you like, the more you look at it, the more you think you can see just faces that appear in the structures of the crystal and then disappear, and appear and then disappear, and sometimes they're screaming and sometimes they're grinning. But there's no visible figure of either Goshan, Demak or Aramos Brightness-Sears-The-Eye in there. And from here on out, I'm not quite sure how things fold and change, because it will depend about how this universe works. So I think this is probably handing over to Olly.
Yeah. So was that was Aramos before the incident, the Vermissian incident?
Exactly right. So
Yeah.
So Goshan's wish from the heart, which he managed to express to himself in just that infinitely extended final nanosecond, was to collapse the waveform of the secret he's been keeping, which is that his parents knew that Aramos Brightness-Sears-The-Eye was going to do what he was going to do, that it was a precept of the cult of Askur, the Lady of Mirrors, basically that Aramos's regime would stop them from being able to worship and do all sorts of other evil things as well. And so Goshan's parents wanted to stop it, but their prophetic powers let them know that they didn't currently have a way to stop it, but their son, given the correct conditions, could. And they sacrificed themselves to set that course of events in motion, to send Goshan off into the heart to begin this journey. And he let himself realise that, and let himself realise that realising that plan was more important to him than bringing his parents back or getting lots of power. And in that realisation, that became his desire, and that's what the heart gave him. With the delving machine, went straight through one wall and came out in the same office 150, well, probably more like 160 years before.
Yep.
Just basically before Aramos Brightness-Sears-The-Eye had finished the designs for the delving machine. And we've killed him and turned him into a crystal before he could finish it.
Nice. And I like to think that you put some Independence Day style instructions in the cockpit for Ambrosia. Just a little forward this way, backwards this way. I mean, I think we could say that the delving machine stopped and you guys saw that, or we can say that you drove through his office, Goshan jumped off, and then that was the last you saw of him. And you'd set it on a crash course with the heart proper.
There's lots of like parallel universes ways that you can make this work, but the way I see it, like, everyone's going to get their wish, right? This is Goshan's wish, and so it's becoming real for him. There's no reason why, even if that's the prime universe and all the others are collapsing, that there can't still be more than enough time for the delving machine to continue delving and finish the wishes of Kael and Ambrosia in the process.
This is we used the wish of the heart. There's only one wish can be granted. So Goshan used it.
Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I thought you basically diverted it and took it to Aramos.
But he needed the heart's wish to make it so powerful that it could travel through time. That was the heart's wish.
Well, the heart does skip through time warps, so I think that's possible that you could do that with some very clever mastery of the controls. Or a big risk.
So we are in my wish, but I do still think that if Ambrosia leapt onto the controls, that assuming that what happens now is some kind of, collapsing, folding back of history because we got rid of the delving machine before it was designed. While that's still processing, there's maybe a few seconds or minutes in our local reality for the delving machine to drive off in another direction or do something else. I'm trying to make this make sense so that I don't just get my ending and that's the only ending.
It's all fine if we just say that Goshan hasn't used the one wish.
Yeah, I don't think it pierced the heart yet.
Right.
Okay.
Fantastic. Then we're off.
Yeah.
Because what that means is that Goshan has undone this reality where it was invented. However, there still is this exact one delving machine left. And by the laws of causality, it still needs to be disposed of as well. Otherwise, it will still exist and still cause chaos. It can still be to finish off the complete loop. The only remaining, this machine does exist, so it needs to be eradicated as well. So I think it can. The delving machine can have. What was your zenith ability? Wow, what was it actually? Was that it?
Yeah.
The cool merging of the cool.
You imprison yourself and someone else.
Love that. So then yes, I didn't have to. I think it's always nice to think that someone saw what happened. So the machine had paused or crashed and was stuck, and we saw it all happen. And I'm sure they were both, well, maybe not God form Kael, but Ambrosia was certainly distressed or moved or affected by the dissolving of Goshan, but also similarly, as much as she could perceived it was a positive thing. Clearly, what he wanted to do, and obviously no love lost for Aramos. So yeah, she is understanding what has just happened, but is still dead set on the reality that has changed. But this machine still needs to be disposed of, or it will continue to cause chaos and havoc in the world. So. Kael, I am weak, but if you could permit your godly power to infuse my golden bees one last time, I believe I can instruct them to maneuver this device forwards. But I would need your imbued power to make it happen.
Then, Ambrosia, despite your many rebuttals over our journey, I hope to lend you just a fragment of the goddess's power. This one time.
That will suffice. And so all the bees are infused in the chips. It all kind of glows and lifts up again. She's just kind of willing it to happen and shoots off again back to the trajectory we're going towards the ethereal wall, as we called it. It sounded awesome. Back into the heart. And what will happen is, as she will take it and they will finish that journey they just started, and use the dials and guides to guide them straight through and to the center of the heart. And as they break, as they kind of whatever that looks like, I imagine it's almost imperceptible, but Kael and Ambrosia do perceive some kind of shift from breaking through to all the heart to suddenly, I guess, just stillness. Almost, I guess, maybe
Eye of the hurricane.
Eye of the hurricane, kind of the interstellar, when suddenly he's in the kind of just almost imperceivable space. But as they go through there, she, they break in, so she'll be able to. She's going to simultaneously kind of. Then the bees will just, as they're all gripped into the machine, they'll just blast outwards, tearing apart the machine. Just ripping it to shreds. They expel themselves away from Ambrosia. And I guess Kael and Ambrosia are left kind of hovering in nothingness. But Ambrosia will, being in the space where she can ask her wish, will wish for the damage she did. Will basically wish for her hive connection to be, or the damage that was done to hundreds of people when she merged with the hive, to be undone back on the surface, and for the pain she's caused and the loss of life and all the damage and hate that's kind of come out of her, and wish to fuse fully now with the hive and kind of be gone from this space at the cost of the delve machine itself, and to bring back the people that were hurt by her when she turned into a bee monster. And my Zenith beat was to destroy the delving machine. And the Zenith ability, what I guess Kael kind of perceives it, but it's going to get a bit odd here because in that moment then she's completely disbanded of her bee, so you can kind of see the real Ambrosia as kind of much more kind of very normal looking Aelfir.
Wow.
I mean, not scarred or pucked, but just kind of nothing too impressive, but just a regular person, not face blistering with wax and madness. And as she hangs there for just a brief moment before her physical body just kind of starts to dissolve and break away and spread, and that kind of physical form dissolves entirely, and then kind of goes off to connect those bees which are off in the nothingness. And then what's going to happen is, given the infinite madness of the hive, that as the bees kind of go out and form that very classic hexagonal shape, that hive structure, kind of whatever space they're in, and I don't really know how this affects Kael at all, but maybe it takes him with wherever he's going. The crystalline structure kind of forms, and as kind of reality resets, they're actually back at the ink hive, and the kind of meshing net of the hive energy and the bees themselves have spread out thousands of glyph mark bees. So there's not just 10 dozen minus 20, there's thousands of these bees have duplicated and spread out and infused from Ambrosia's body to kind of create this crystalline structure that goes over the ink heart and will kind of sit as a protective barrier for this landmark, kind of keeping it safe from any of the energies of the heart now. And this place is now safe and kind of completely untouchable by the energy of the heart. And not that it's perceivable by anyone else, but Ambrosia's not dead, but she's certainly not alive, and she's kind of, her consciousness is kind of existing within the message in the bees themselves, and can kind of pass between them and kind of survive as an echo of the kind of encasing protective honeycomb around the ink hive. And not that it's the most important thing, but I get to rename the landmark. So I'm just going to call it
Bejanland.
I was going to call it the keep. Called the keep. Like a beekeeper, but the keep. It's just a safe space now for any worshippers of the hive or anyone to find haven from the hive, from the power of the heart.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's her Zenith ability and beat. And Kael is, I suppose, back in some form of normality somehow.
Well, I think it could be cool for Kael to just end there. It could be cool for Kael to be
left in the heart.
Yeah, or to be kind of taken by this hexagonal shape, kind of like, at the end of Pacific Rim where they jettison out and they go up through the portal like this. Maybe that just happens and you end up in Ink Hive or back at Avalon or wherever.
I think there is that. Ambrosia and Kael finally, in the final moments, kind of find this common ground, where their purposes kind of align, and they're like, they need each other. Like Ambrosia needed this imbuement of power, and likewise Kael needed a way out of all of this. But then I think, like, you know, smash cut to Kael epilogue scene, like, you know, I think he's knows what's going to happen. So, or like can assume what's going to happen anyway. And, you know, continues his journey on through the heart a little bit and makes his way to, I think, probably back to the Church of Absolution, and can just be found waiting there when the expected bust down of the doors of the Aelfir hunters come through the door and shout their, you know, heathen obscenities, and Kael just waits behind the altar and doesn't resist, knowing that, you know, the road of the penitent has led to at least some enlightenment.
Nice.
Gunshot, cut to black.
Yeah. Nice. Well, that is a wrap on Dagger in the Heart. So, with the destruction of the Delving Machine, the Amarin Zone slowly goes back to normal, which is nice.
Nice added bonus.
Nice added bonus. Yeah, without Aramos or Ptolemy Bay or the One Who Waits in Ashes, it's a prosperous time for the city beneath. I'm doing it like endgame rules, where going back and killing Thanos doesn't work because you're creating a new future when you've changed the past.
Goshan created a timeline where it didn't. It created a blissful place where...
I did say I didn't have control over what interpretation of many universes theory this game has. That's Olly's call.
So yeah, nice, nailed it.
Well, bloody hell! I mean, if like last week was like all the paths seeming to sort of converge, this was like, you know, the apex of story convergence, where all of these moments had to happen, sort of all roughly at the same time. And I think it was pretty fucking cool.
Good collaboration, I think.
Came together pretty bloody well, actually.
Yeah, and we'll obviously talk more in our review session, but the book said from the beginning to keep an eye on the players and see who would most fit to be the one who waits. Look for the player who doesn't get their own way, who, you know, and then plant those seeds. And I was actually considering everyone apart from Ambrosia for most of the campaign.
I'll take that as a compliment. I don't know how, I will.
But Soshar dipping out first, and then his whole like disgust of the religion and stuff, and yeah.
I did not see it coming at all either.
Great.
No fucking way. That was.
I pride myself on getting the secret stories, but I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's the
an
best
incredibly cool moment.
Best final session of a campaign I think I've ever had.
Yeah, it's going to be up there, isn't it?
And certainly, like, you know, have not seen, you know, sort of a narrative twist that was right in front of our eyes like that before. So that was very cool.
Yeah.
So he'd always been the one who waits in the kind of...
The meaning of always is interpretative.
Yes, but
There are some sort of chrono-semantic questions that you should not really ask right now. Yes, I've invented that word, and now it
I
exists.
like it. In as much as we perceived in the time of this campaign that there was an entity called the One Who Waits, he was always some kind of alternate form of Soshar, or or
Yep.
whatever.
And this is the question I was encouraging you just now to not ask.
But the best,
Well, I asked it.
the best
Okay,
part
ask it
is-
anyway. The trouble is, ask away, but will you?
Oh
the
no,
answer
I'm
probably
asking
will
only
satisfy
only
you.
with intent, only with the intention of asking it, not with any aspiration to have an answer.
best bit is
It's,
that
this being just is.
indeed, it was always going to be. For me, the best
To
bit
be or not to be?
that
That sounds okay.
the fact that it could have been any of us except probably Ambrosia from early on isn't just behind Olly's DM screen. That fact is diegetic within the universe of the game.
Yep.
It could always have been any one of us and still be true that the one who waits was present throughout the story. Like, until you know, quantum theory, right? Like, until the waveform collapsed, it was simultaneously all of us, but still alive. Still
Yeah.
there
Odin
doing
is one who waits.
brilliant. Fucking
Tell us to
brilliant.
see. It was all possibilities.
Yeah.
It could even have been. It could have even have been Beadrellin in a little hood. You know?
Yeah. also that.
Whatever happened to that bee, though?
Which one? The one in the field with
The
you.
one that went through the portal.
He just died. He just died.
Oh.
Unfortunately, he was just dead. That was Bilbo.
No,
Bilbo.
that bee's the only one of us that survived.
Oh, yeah, sure, actually. Well, there's thousands of bees alive in the keep.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's probably silly question. Where did Goshan go? Just essence dissipated into nothingness, or
I'll read the text of the Zenith.
please?
So, in the book, it's the stone chorus one, right? And that reads, "You throw open the door to the chorus's prison. While they look on in shock, you throw another captive into the cell. You can only cast this spell once, but you do so automatically without needing to roll. A creature or an entity you are touching is sealed away in the stone chorus's prison eternally. You become part of the mechanism that locks the door and cease to exist in any meaningful sense. Nothing can free the target from its prison, short of you, the door, agreeing to open." And what I asked Olly was, could I just kind of like reflavor that as a Lady of Mirrors thing, where the mechanic is the same. I am the door, but instead of it being a kind of stony prison, we are an infinite fractal mirror, the two of us now. And the only thing that can release Aramos Brightness-Sears-The-Eye back into any reality is Goshan deciding to uncrystallize. So he is still there in a sort of abstract consciousness, but only as a sort of binary locked or unlocked.
What is that like? That's the thing where you lock yourself away, but if you come back, they come back too. That's a thing. That's some kind of cool fictional thing.
Probably is. Yeah, it's a cool concept.
Like a sacrifice. Yes, you're there, and then you're stuck permanently. And if you could come back, but if you would also bring him back and start the whole fucking thing all over again.
It sounds very Greek mythology. I swear, something's
It's cool.
like I am the prison.
Nice setup
that-
for a sequel.
Well, that was my tweet because the problem with my Zenith ability, it said like when you do it, the location you're in becomes a thing. But I like, well, it's always going to be in the center of the heart. I was like, well, so I just thought, well, you know, heart's all fuckery. Why couldn't what happened there then it happened somewhere else? Like, it's part of that final thing. So that makes sense.
Exactly. Nice. Well, thank you, my beautiful players, for seeing this
You are gorgeous.
through to the end. We were running out of steam a little bit there, but I think we got it back.
I think we did. I think we did, and thanks to your weaving and writing and conundrum solving, how to make it all work. So yeah, thank you, Olly. That's been a heck of a campaign.
Super DM as always. The weirdest one yet, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it
Yeah.
could hardly fail to be, could it? Jesus. Yeah, huge gold star for Olly. Like, I get that the weird nature of this setting has its advantages for the GM as well as the disadvantages, but can't have been easy. Like,
Yeah.
been really, really, really good. Really good.
Make a straight
Yeah.
line out of 100 wobbly lines.
Yeah.
So-
The amount of times I would read like the back end of this book and be like, oh God, I don't understand. I don't get it. How am I going to get through this? Yeah, nice. And for anyone who's watched all the way through this, what madness you must now feel. But hopefully we'll get those comments where they say, oh, I watched the whole thing and it was bloody brilliant. That's always nice to hear. Oh, yes, sir.
Well,
I have only one.
Whoever you are.
Only one request for next campaign that was not fulfilled by this one. Only one.
Mm-hmm.
And its name is Perkins, sir.
But did we not get him any Perkins?
Yes.
No, sir. Not a Perkins
damn.
this time.
Sure?
I'm afraid not, sir.
Maybe. I feel like...
Also, well,
I don't know where. Was it definitely not on like a... Wasn't he in the signal box?
I think we attempted to Perkinsify
We
something.
tried.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
It didn't
There
stick
was-
his cannon.
Yeah, there was a Perkins attempt.
Perkins-esque.
He was canonically.
Not a pure
semi-perk.
Perkins. Semi-perk, not pure Perkins.
Yeah, we got half perked.
Close enough. You can't always be... As long as you've got a hint of a Perkins, it keeps the... It's enough to keep the bit going.
The multiverse alive, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Right, Ollie's been trying to get rid of us.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fucking fantastic. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Well done, everyone. Everyone did very well.
Yeah.
So I'll get it all together.
And you massively cheered me up because I was in a horrible mood before. Brilliant mood now. So thanks for that.
Why else do you play a game?
That is why, that's why we do what we do. And I look forward to chatting all things heart
Weeks.
next time. Yeah.
Sweet.
GG,
All right.
guys.
Sweet.
Peace out, nerds. It's been awesome.
Be good.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.